Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Part 4, Tafseer Al Saadi. وإذا قيل لهم لا تفسدوا في الأرض قالوا إنما نحن مصلحون. When it is said to them, do not make mischief in the land, they say, we only want to put things right. ألا إنهم هم المفسدون ولكن لا يشعرون. Indeed, they are the ones who make mischief, but they do not realize. When these hypocrites are told not to make mischief in the land, which means committing sins and deeds based on disbelief, including disclosing the secrets of the believers to their enemies and taking the disbelievers as close friends, they say, we only want to put things right. إنما نحن مصلحون. Thus, they both strive to cause mischief in the land and defend their actions as being an effort to put things straight rather than causing mischief, contrary to what is really happening, and combining wrongdoing with the belief that it is right. This is a greater offense than committing sin whilst believing that it is indeed a sin. The one who does that is better off, and there is more hope that he will return to the right path. Because they're saying, we only want to put things straight, we only want to put things right, would seem to imply they are the only ones who are putting things right, which in turn would imply that the believers are not putting things right. Allah refuted their claims by saying, أَلَا إِنَّهُمْ هُمُ الْمُفْسِدُونَ. Indeed, they are the ones who make mischief. There is no greater mischief than that of those who disbelieve in the signs of Allah, bar people from following the path of Allah, try to deceive Allah and His close friends, and take as allies those who wage war against Allah and His Messenger, sallallahu alaihi wasallam, yet still claim that they are putting things right. Can there be any mischief greater than this? But they do not know anything that will benefit them, even though the knowledge that they have is sufficient to establish proof against them. Committing sin is only regarded as mischief because it results in damage to whatever is on the face of the earth of grains, fruits, trees, and plants, as a result of the blights that befall them because of sin. As a result of the blights that befall them because of sin, and because putting things right on earth is achieved when people obey Allah and believe in Him. It is for this purpose that Allah created humanity and caused them to dwell on earth, and He bestowed provisions upon them to help them to obey and worship Him. If they do the opposite of that on earth, then they are spreading corruption which causes ruin by using what is on earth in a way other than that for which it was created. وَإِذَا قِيلَ لَهُمْ آمِنُوا كَمَا آمَنَ النَّاسُ قَالُوا أَنُؤْمِنُ كَمَا آمَنَ السُّفَهَاءُ أَلَا إِنَّهُمْ هُمُ السُّفَهَاءُ وَلَكِنْ لَا يَعْلَمُونَ. When it is said to them, believe as the people believe, they say, shall we believe as the fools believe? Indeed, it is they who are the fools, but they do not know. That is, when it is said to the hypocrites, believe as the people believe, this refers to the companions, radiallahu anhum, may Allah be pleased with all of them, whose faith was affirmed in their hearts and on their lips. But the hypocrites said, on the basis of their false accusation, shall we believe as the fools believe? They were referring to the companions, radiallahu anhum, may Allah be pleased with them, thinking that it was their alleged foolishness that had led them to believe and to leave their homelands and oppose the disbelievers. In the view of the hypocrites, wisdom dictated the opposite of that. So they described them as foolish, implying that they themselves were people of wisdom and understanding. But Allah refuted their argument and stated that in reality they were the fools, because real foolishness is for a person to ignore what is in his best interests and strive for that which will harm him. And this description was true in their case. On the other hand, wisdom and reason are reflected in a person's knowing what is in his best interests and striving for that which will benefit him and ward off harm from him, which was true in the case of the companions and the believers. What matters is sound proof, not mere claims and empty words. وإذا لقوا الذين آمنوا قالوا آمنا وإذا خلوا إلى شياطينهم قالوا إنا معكم إنما نحن مستهزئون. When they meet those who believe, they say, we believe. But when they are alone with their devils, they say, we are really with you. We were only mocking. الله يستهزئ بهم ويمدهم في طغيانهم يعمهون. Allah is mocking them and gives them free rein in transgression so that they wander blindly. This refers to them saying verbally that which was not in their hearts. When they met the believers, they would pretend that they were following their path and that they were with them. But when they were alone with their devils, that is, their leaders in evil, they said, we are really with you. We were only mocking the believers by pretending to them that we are following their path. This is how they are inwardly and outwardly, but the plotting of evil only rebounds on those who plot. Quran chapter 35 verse 43. Allah is mocking them and gives them free rein in transgression so that they wander blindly. الله يستهزئ بهم ويمدهم في طغيانهم يعمهون. This is their punishment for mocking his slaves. By way of mocking them, Allah makes attractive to them the miserable situation in which they are and the evil way they are following, to the point that they think that they are with the believers because Allah did not give the believers power over them. And He will mock them on the day of resurrection by giving them visible light along with the believers. Then when the believers begin to walk in their light, the light of the hypocrites will be extinguished and they will be left in confusion after the light has gone. How great will be their despair after their hopes had been raised. The hypocrites will call out to the believers, quote, the hypocrites will call out to the believers, were we not with you? They will say, yes, but you gave into confusion and temptation. You kept waiting for some misfortune to befall us, and you doubted. Unquote. Chapter Al-Hadid, chapter 57, verse 14. Quote, and gives them free rein. That is, He lets them get carried away in transgression. That is, in their evil doing and disbeliefs. وَيَذَرُهُمْ فِي طُغْيَانِهِمْ يَعْمَهُونَ, and gives them free rein. That is, He lets them get carried away. فِي طُغْيَانِهِمْ, in transgression. That is, in their evil doing and disbelief. يَعْمَهُونَ, so that they wander blindly. That is, confused and hesitant. This is how Allah mocks them. Then Allah describes how they really are. أولئك الذين اشتروا الضلالة بالهدى فما ربحت تجارتهم وما كانوا مهتدين. These are the ones who have traded guidance for error, but their trade brings no profit and they are not guided. These people, namely the hypocrites, who have the characteristics described here, are the ones who have traded guidance for error. That is, they preferred misguidance, like a buyer who wants a particular item and because of his desire for it, he is willing to pay a high price. This is one of the best likeness that explain This is one of the best likenesses that explain how they are, because it likens misguidance, which is the ultimate evil, to an item of purchase, to an item for purchase, and it likens guidance, which is the ultimate good, to the price. So they gave away guidance and had no interest in it in return for misguidance because they wanted it. This is their trade, and what a bad deal it is. If the one who trades a dinar, a gold coin, for a dirham, a silver coin, is a loser, then how about the one who trades precious stone for a dirham? How about the one who trades guidance for misguidance, chooses doom over blessing, and prefers the most vile and base of things to the most sublime? This trade brings no profit, rather it incurs the greatest loss. ألا إنهم هم المفسدون ولكن لا يشعرون. Say, indeed, the real losers will be those who lose their own souls and their families on the day of resurrection. That is indeed manifest loss. Quran chapter 39, verse 15, Surah Az-Zumar. And they are not guided. This confirms that they are misguided and that they did not gain anything from guidance. These are their abhorrent characteristics. Then a likeness is given that highlights their character in a very clear manner. Walhamdulillahi Rabbil Alameen.